Hi again. Oh, I'm just sitting here. Welcome back. This is a brief video on works cited page format. Some of you have already done this. This is just a quick review. Okay, we've talked about the opening page MLA format where everything is double spaced, everything is Times New Roman, size 12 font. Your upper right corner has your last name, space, and the page number that you assign. You don't just type a page number, you assign it. That way it'll change every page. And then over on the other side, you have your name, my name, the class name with your section, and then the date done, date, month spelled out always, not abbreviated, and then the year, 2021. No commas, no dashes, no hyphens, no backslashes, and any of that. Then your title is centered, and then you start your essay with an indenting all your paragraphs. Okay, we've covered that. Let's look now at works cited pages. Works cited pages have their own. They begin on their own page, right? They don't begin at the, like if you finish your essay in the middle of a page, they don't begin right under that. You have to go shift, return, give a hard page break, and that's where you start. Okay, if you just enter, moving it down till you get to the next page, unfortunately, sometimes when you submit that to CoursedIn, it will kick that up. It doesn't recognize that format. It will kick it back up, so it makes it look like your works cited starts at the bottom of one page and continues on to the next page, and that is not MLA format. It will make me think that you don't know the format. So make sure you do that. Control Enter to make that hard page break, and you'll be good. So you start with works cited in the center of the page, not in bold, not underlined. If you have one entry, it's works cited with no S. If you have multiple entries, it's works plural cited. Okay, and then when you go on to the next, you enter one time. Make sure you backspace, or else it's going to do this little, centered everything entry, and it's going to look weird. It's going to look like an hourglass, and that's not what you want. So your first entry begins, all your entries begin flush left, and as long as the entry information is one line, you just put that period and you're done. The minute it kicks over to the second line, even if it's just one word, you have to do what's called a hanging indent. Now, I'm going to tell you how to do this in Microsoft Word. If you're doing it in Google, you have to move arrows and all this stuff, Google Docs and everything. That's your row to hoe to figure out how to convert that when it comes time to do the finished product in a Microsoft Word document. If you're using Apple, good luck, because I have no clue how to do it in Apple. I've never used an Apple in my life. I have an Apple iPhone, but that doesn't help you. So do a Google search or whatever search engine you use to find out how to convert, and hopefully it will be able to explain it to you. Now, I will include a link to the OWL Purdue OWL, which is Online Writing Lab, OWL Purdue website, to give you an example of all the information as far as what goes on an entry into works cited. I'm just talking about the format today, but it does have a sample page so you can see what these formats look like each and every time that you do one. Oh, excuse me. So forgive me. But the format is, it starts off flush left, and then it goes across, and then it kicks over. So you put your cursor at the second line, you right click. I'll go slow so you can write this in your notes so you can do it if you've never done it before. You put the cursor by the second line, you right click, and it will give you a drop down menu, and you click on paragraph. Okay, and after you click on paragraph, it's going to give you another screen, and you go over to sort of the middle, top middle, and it says special, and you click on special, and the menu will go down, and you click on hanging, and then you click on OK, and it should move that bottom or that second line and any other lines in that entry that follow that. If it's 2 or 3 lines, sometimes you have a lot of information, publication information, and especially if you have long titles, and it should kick all of those over. And then you just go back to flush left for the next entry. No extra space, just flush left, and you do the same process again. Okay. Now, if you click it and it doesn't go over, try hitting tab, and it will then move it over, and they'll all be hanging indented. but you can't just tab over everyone, or else that'll throw off the submission format as well. It'll make it look really funky, and you don't want funky. MLA does not encompass funky. So that's the basic format. Like I said, follow the link to Al Purdue website, look at the sample page, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You'll see no extra spaces. Every entry is flush left. The only other thing that you have to remember to do if you have multiple entries is you have to alphabetize them. Okay, so no matter what, if you have the author's last name, it goes last name, comma, first name, and you alphabetize by that. If you don't have the author's last name, then you do it by title. Okay, that will be the first entry. So whatever your first entry part of the entry is, that's what you alphabetize by. Okay, that's all there is to the MLA format. We will be having a practice exercise for that due not this week, the 26th, but the following week. This 26th, you've got your artifact worksheet. All I need from that is the final page that you copy and paste into a Microsoft Word document. Type in your answers. Make sure you have your MLA information on top, your name, my name, class name, date, and your page name and the page number. I do that because that way I want to make sure you have plenty of chances to practice it. And type in your answers. I only need that page copied and submitted into the folder. I don't need all the other notes. Okay, those are for you. So if you still haven't picked out an artifact, you're way behind the ball game. No one, I get a few emails asking some question, but no one is asked to set up a Google Meet, but a few. I've talked to one. The others still haven't followed through with getting a Google Meet, but trust me, I have time that is yours, that I would be happy to have conversation to clarify things. But every assignment we have due from here on to the end of the semester will be due on a Friday by 11:59 p.m. in the evening. So if you go to submit at 12:12 or 12:20, guess what? It's not the folder's fault that you can't submit. I get emails saying, well, the folder wouldn't let me submit. Of course not, because the folder was told to cut off submissions at 11:59, as all of them are. Okay, so make sure, especially when you've had a week to work on something, that you turn it in way before. You don't want it to be 11:57 and you're trying to get something turned in and the power goes out or something. I mean, yeah, shit happens, but try to mitigate as much of the bad stuff happening as possible by getting your work done early, getting it submitted, work on your essay a little bit every day, and hopefully that will lead you to academic success. Okay? And tell me when you need to Google Meet. I'll be happy to discuss it, but you should have your artifact picked out by now. You should have watched it a time or two, taken notes, looked at values, looked at fears, depending on which class you're in. And I'll be happy to discuss it further with you. If you're still struggling finding an artifact, let me know. Okay? Be healthy, be well, and I will talk to you next video.